Hi guys, and welcome to the Pixel Clicks podcast. If you are wondering why we're wearing masks, it's because we want you to know that this is serious business, and yeah. Welcome to Pixel Clicks podcast. Today's shirt is brought to you by tfury.com, who we are not sponsored by, mostly because we wear masks on podcasts. Anyway, I'm Jordan, but as always, I am not alone. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves? Let's go with you, Cody.
Yeah. So my name is Cody, and I'd just like to say Assalamu alaikum to everybody tuning in today. And death to the infidels. So.
Oh yes, death to them for sure. Shane, what about you?
I'm Shane, and I want the girl gamers to go home.
Jesus Christ.
Go home! I'm just kidding. You don't have to go home.
Alright, that's enough of this.
Fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, let's get right down to it. What's going on in the wonderful world of video games? What do you guys got?
So I think we should probably start explaining what the hell that was about. So
Probably start with
that
an
might help.
explanation of that.
We'd be very confused right now.
That was really weird.
Yeah. Okay. So
And also for people who are only listening to it, you'll probably be completely confused.
that's gonna be even worse. I didn't even think about that. Oh my god.
So, podcast listeners, you should probably watch the video because you're not going to understand what that was about.
Not one bit. But just take our word for it that we were wearing very scary masks.
Oh yes,
Very scary.
very, very terrifying.
Spooky, scary. So the reason we did that is Law and Order SVU did an episode this week that was kind of interesting. It took on guy gamers harassing online women gamers and things like that, but it went a little bit off the deep end. And so apparently gamers are basically like where ISIS basically. So ISIS,
ISIS, yeah.
Daesh,
Oh,
however you want to say it.
Are we ISIS or are we ISIL?
I never know. They're always changing it.
I don't
No,
know.
they are actually two separate organizations, I learned the other day.
I think everybody's calling them Daesh now because it makes them sound. They hate that when people call them Daesh. Daesh bags.
That's
So.
wonderful. So yeah. Did you guys watch the episode of Law and Order?
I skimmed through it again to. I didn't really have enough time tonight to watch the full thing yet.
Yeah.
I skimmed through it. But yeah, it was pretty intense. You know, there's some pretty good one-liners. Like they leveled up. When's the last time you guys leveled up? It's been a while.
I
For me.
leveled up today.
It's been a long time for me.
Mm-hmm.
Very long time.
Very
Yeah,
long
there's-
time.
Fantastic things like that.
So
Yeah. These guys,
And
gamers.
Don't
they-
be fouls.
Oh yeah, don't be
Guys.
fouls.
don't be
Yeah.
fouls.
Don't be fouls.
Failures at life.
Don't forget that.
So when I found out that this episode was on Hulu, I watched it immediately, and I have to say, I really liked the episode. Now I understand that is a weird thing to say, considering that it does not really paint gamers in all that great of a light. But just watching through the entire episode, you get a sense that they at least tried their best to distill a very, very, very complicated issue into a form that people who don't know what's going on can kind of get a gist of what's happening. So starts off at the video game convention, because as it should, and for whatever reason,
Shout out to Tobuscus for being in that scene.
yes, Tobuscus was there. He was playing
For some
an
reason.
announcer. He was playing an announcer for a there's a multiplayer like shoot 'em up game that's basically Call of Duty, but they call it KOB or Cobb, which means kill or be slaughtered. Cobbs. That's what the
Cobbs.
game is called. Kill or be slaughtered. So right from the start,
A
you
plus
know that.
plus for originality. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they really went above and beyond when it came to stuff like that. So Ice-T,
those 1990s graphics were A++
oh
too.
my god, it looks so
Those
bad.
are terrible graphics.
It looks
But it
so
also
bad.
tells
I'd buy
you
that for
about-
$1.
It also
So, yeah.
tells you what Ice-T usually plays.
Yeah, so Ice-T is an avid gamer. He always plays Call of Duty. He loves Call of Duty. So clearly they went to him for consulting stuff so they can get a lot of the facts straight about what's happening in the video game industry. Long story short, there is a woman who represents Anita Sarkeesian, Brianna Wu, and Zoe Quinn all rolled into one person who goes by the name Elena Punjabi, which is a bit
Probably the
interest-
most
I love that
racist name they could choose.
that's a
I
very
know, right? I loved
like
it. See, I don't see. Yeah, like I didn't want to say that. Like I don't know. Maybe that's not a racist sounding name to other people, but to me, I was like, yeah, I'll eat it. Yeah, Punjabi. Let's go with that. Yeah.
So there was that. She's a video game developer who is creating a game called Amazonian Warriors, which is basically like a Civ game, but there's no combat in it.
It's like
Which-
Civ 5 with the Brave New World expansion.
It's better. It's better.
It's better.
Kotaku. You heard it here first on
Kotaku.
Kotaku, guys. It's
Yes,
better
Ko-
than Civ 5. with
Kotaku's-
the expansion.
The website Kotaku is actually referenced in the show, which is interesting. So for whatever
I
reason,
loved their reaction to that. That was pretty awesome.
yeah, so for whatever reason, this game, according to the gamers in this episode, does not belong in the gaming industry at all, because
For the only reason that is that basically it was made by a woman. So
yeah, that's basically it. And just like any other Law and Order episode, it escalates super fast. Things go crazy.
Oh, I
quick.
would say most SVU episodes they escalate, but they stay relatively on the rails. This flew to the moon.
Oh no! I've watched plenty of episodes of SVU. This is about par for the course. There's an episode of SVU where this woman claims that her husband raped her and beat her, whatever. So then the police arrest him, and he's like, "No, I didn't do this. She's crazy. Leave me alone." Then he eventually they let him go, and then she says more lies about him. Then he sets her on fire.
Oh,
He in the street. He dumps gasoline on her and sets her on fire, and people took a bunch of pictures of this as it's happening, and then
World Star!
and then he kidnaps his daughter, but he really just takes his daughter with him because the wife is trying to take custody of the daughter. So then that happens, and then he eventually gets shot by rubber bullets by the police. And then when they go to talk to the woman again, it's like, "Did he rape you?" She's like, "Yeah, he totally raped me." And at the end of the episode, this dude walks up and says, "Oh yeah, I had sex with her." And then they're like, "Oh, so you're the guy So turns out she lied the entire time, but she ended up getting set on fire anyway, and she died. So that's a normal Law and Order SVU episode, guys. But
at least everything that's happened, in piece by piece, is kind of things that have actually happened. I've never heard of a gaming ISIS go around raping women.
Yeah.
So
Raping
Granted-
women and holding them hostage and posting videos online with them wearing masks and threatening to slaughter.
yeah,
kill or be slaughtered.
kill or be slaughtered. So the thing about that episode is, if you don't know gaming, if you don't know what's going on in the gaming industry, it gives you a nice distilled version of it. But of course, at the beginning of every episode, it says this is not real. This is not what it's actually like. It's a work of fiction,
And that's definitely needed in this case.
It's super needed.
Because I feel like at the core of it, I agree with you. The core message was good, but they just kind of ruin it so much because they just go so completely over the top with their references. I mean, nobody in gaming runs around and is like, "Hey, they leveled up," or there's those great. I mean, come on. My favorite line from the show: "There's no reset in real life."
Oh yeah, there's no reset button in real life.
And the fantastically 1990s video game parody first-person shooter mode when they have the shootout with the police.
Oh yeah.
Gotta love that. That was A++ for that. And of course, the reference that everybody on the internet is now.
I'm gonna go to Reddit chat.
Yep, posted it on Reddit chan on the deep web.
Oh, Red Channel.
Sorry, Red Channel.
Red chan it.
That's
Yep.
that is amazing.
A++ for originality. I mean,
the fact it's a
you
real
could
thing.
see they clearly took a while and a lot of hard thought to put into that.
Yeah. But I feel like every other episode of Law and Order, like this is more of a cautionary tale. If anything, this stuff like this hasn't happened, of course. Like no one has been kidnapped and raped and almost killed on live streams, but there has been tons of people getting swatted, tons of people getting doxxed, tons of people being harassed. Like all these things happen in the episode. It's just focused on one person, so they get like Elena Punjabi gets all of these things. She gets doxxed, she gets swatted, she gets kidnapped and then raped. Like everything happens to her, and it's an insane episode, but it was so fun to watch. Like,
I feel like it did a disservice to gamers by making us look basically like Isis. It did a disservice to women because the one female developer just sits there in quotes. Acronyms left and right, like she's a 16-year-old girl texting her best friend. Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard of any adult, serious female developer ever, or male developer, anyone over the age of 18 who does that. It just makes her look like an idiot when she's not. She's a smart character. We see her be smart later and before that. So to devolve her character in that moment, in a very serious, she's sitting down trying to explain that she was sexually assaulted to police officers. And instead, she just quotes acronyms left and right that clearly they don't understand.
Yeah.
You think, and then, of course, the parting message of the show is, hey, video games are bad. Everyone should stay away. The bad guys win at the end. Women, don't do it. I mean, that was a terrible message to say.
Yeah,
the core idea is good. It's just they really lose it.
Oh, yeah, That's another thing about Law and Order. A lot of times the episodes end when the good guys don't win. A lot of the times in Law and Order, like it ends on a very depressing note. Like, it's like a very powerful scene. Elena Punjabi's like, I'm done. I'm gonna get out of the gaming industry. And then the female detective is like, what? But you said if you do that, then they've won. And then Elena looks at her and goes, they've already won, and she looks out the window, and that's the end of the episode. Yeah. Like, it's a
terrible note to end on. It's a terrible note. It's like if you're a woman, basically, it doesn't matter. They're gonna win, so just stay away.
Yeah, I'm still gonna say I really enjoyed that episode.
It was entertaining. I'm not gonna lie, but not for the reasons it should have been.
Granted, I still think that it's not that it doesn't what am I trying to say?
Out with
I don't think the episode damaged the image of a gamer at all, to be honest. Well, to the normal people, I don't think that it's done anything to actually harm gamers as a thing, because it's a show, for one thing, and two, a lot of times when gaming is in the news, it's usually portrayed in a bad light or whatever. But a lot of times you find out, oh no, this is not what it's like at all, and that episode does the same thing. Like you see a lot of people in that gaming convention, they're all just really cool people, just like doing whatever, playing video games, not being dicks to women. It's just that the episode's focused on the people who are dicks, just like how all the gaming press is focused on all the bad seeds that are saying all these horrible things to female game developers and gamers in general. But granted, if you're just a normal person who doesn't play video games, who's not like involved in gaming news or watches anything on YouTube about games, reads gaming sites or anything, I don't know if you're gonna get that sense out of it, that that this is just a sample of the gaming industry and not how the whole thing is. But
it's just so reminiscent, I think, of this whole anti-gaming culture we've had in the mass media for so long. I mean, and it's never been just gaming. I mean, rock music before that, it's always a thing.
Oh yeah, there's always something.
it's just another hit job to me, and it could have been. It's not. I have no problem with the core message. Like the core message was great. I just feel like it was a serious issue that should have been tackled a lot more seriously, not used throwing around terrible one-liners throughout the whole show, not showing women like they have no brains, and not leaving with a parting message that doesn't matter. Everybody's gonna get you, and you're gonna get raped. Stay away.
Yeah.
I just felt like it's a serious issue that should have been handled better.
Definitely killed it for me because I felt like it was just like, too bad, so sad. She quits, everyone loses.
Granted, it could have been worse. It could have been that the furries episode of CSI Las Vegas. that episode. Oh God,
that was bad.
But yeah, if you guys have seen the Law and Order SVU episode, I'm really curious to know what you guys all thought about. So let us know in the comments on Facebook or something like that. And I kind of want to keep this discussion going because I still stand on the side that I really enjoyed the episode.
Yeah, I'm on the side of not liking it. I liked certain parts of it. I definitely thought the message they were trying to convey was admirable, but just like Cody, I think the way they went about it was terrible.
That's fair.
So,
anyway,
and I mean, it's to me, it's telling that the same people that it's supposed to be portraying. I mean, everybody knows that's there. Like you said, it was clearly Anita Sarkeesian was part of that character they were portraying, and even she hates it.
Yep.
That's kind of telling that you kind of blew it. So, when people on all sides think it was ridiculous. So,
it would have made a bit more sense if they actually went to her as a consultant for the episode, but I don't know if it would have gone any
research. Better. Research? What's that? I don't know what research is. Clearly, I can just wing this. Come on, we'll just throw up some 90s graphics and a bunch of lines only 16-year-olds say. But
so the next big story for you this week, since we'll move on, is the Sony Online. Newly rebranded
Daybreak Game Studios.
The artist formerly known as Sony Online Entertainment is now known as Daybreak Game Studios or Daybreak Games. It's very confusing.
I really want to keep calling them Sony Online Entertainment. Sorry.
The company formerly known as SOE.
Yeah, that works for me. For a company formerly known as.
Yeah.
The skeleton formerly known as.
Okay, so let's take a step back. So, just a few weeks ago, Sony cut ties with Sony Online Entertainment, and that forced SOE to become Daybreak Games Company. And now it's been a week or two after this happened.
Not even a week, I don't think.
It's been a week or less than a week since SOE became Daybreak Game Studios.
Like a week on the dot.
Almost. Yeah. So basically, SOE becomes Daybreak Games Company, and then a week later, they get hit by just massive round of layoffs. Cody, I believe you have a list.
Across the board. PlanetSide 2 got quite a few big hits, though it seems like it's going to keep going. But I think the game that took the big hit was definitely EverQuest. I mean, they lost the guy who's basically been helming that ship for almost a decade, and he's gone. So I think that pretty much spells the end for EverQuest next. PlanetSide 2 looks like it'll be okay. They spared Higby, but then he decided to leave on his own accord. He just felt like he lost too many friends, and it's spent enough time doing that game. Wanted to do something new.
Yeah.
And there's some pretty big names in the PlanetSide 2 community, of developers that took the axe, and so it's been kind of a very intense time. I'll put it that way on the subreddit for PlanetSide 2, because people are very passionate about the game, and it's hard to see so many big names that a lot of the community really like get the axe, and a lot of people are saying boycott the game or stop paying for money for the game, and clearly Columbus is just here to to kill it or rake it over the coals and whatnot. But I think it's telling though that a lot of the developers, even the ones who have been fired, have said like that's not the case at all. They've said Columbus supposedly said that was PlanetSide was the main reason they bought Sony, is they wanted it to do well. So they just needed a little bit of trimming of the fat, I suppose. But it's a tough time. I mean, anytime a studio gets gets bought out, there tends to be some layoffs here and there, and especially even more so when they get bought by these investment companies. And even without being bought, there's always cuts eventually at some point. All these games have been in development for quite a while now, and PlanetSide 2 has been going for quite a few years now, and sometimes it's just time to to trim it down a little bit, and that's kind of what people who've been fired have said, is that these layoffs have been circling them like buzzards for a while. It's just kind of connected with the the right time now with Columbus taking over, that they were going to have to happen eventually. Sony was just trying for a very long time to not have to do it, and eventually they lost the battle. Some people had to be cut.
Yep.
And it's been, none of these games have been incredibly profitable. I don't even know if PlanetSide 2 necessarily was making a profit from different comments you read from different developers. So it makes sense that they're going to have to cut some of the fat. But it's a very scary time, especially in the PlanetSide 2 community, where a lot of people feel like the game needs more developers, not less, to see so many of the top tier take off. You don't know what to think of that. And they've said they're going to have. They put out a statement last night, and it was it was a relatively brief statement, and pretty much asking for a little bit more time to explain stuff and whatnot. They're not going anywhere, et cetera, et cetera. But we'll see where this goes in the next week or two for sure. Yeah. But it's tough. It's as I can't remember who it was. I think it was D. Carey said, if you're not expecting layoffs in the gaming industry at any time, you're not paying attention. That's just the nature of the beast. They're on the tip of the forefront of innovation and things, and sometimes people just become redundant.
Yeah.
It's
the unfortunate truth about the gaming industry, really. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying that I'm not business savvy. I don't know anything about business, really. But personally, I know you guys don't necessarily agree with this, but I don't think that Daybreak Games Company is going to last more than 6 months. I feel like they're going to last long enough to port PS2, PlanetSide 2 to the PS4 and the Xbox One, be there for at least 3 months, and then it's going to die. It's just going to die.
I don't think the ports are going to even happen, to be honest with you. I mean, the PS4 port, sure, maybe. I think that's far enough along in development that they might be able to stretch it and get it out.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely on the side with, I don't think they're gonna make it past the end of this year at the latest.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold off judgment until we see what announcements come from the different games. I mean, H1Z1 and PlanetSide 2 are definitely gonna have to have a big this is what's happening. And one of the top guys for PlanetSide 2 has said they're working on that. They're going to put out a new version of the roadmap to better show where things are going now with the smaller crew. So I think that's going to really be the thing that makes or breaks the studio, is just hearing what this means for everything. Because right now it's a whole lot of he said, she said, I guess. People saying, "Oh, it's okay, everything's fine," and then the community's terrified. And we've already, the PlanetSide 2 community has already lost a couple of major community members who have left because they don't want to be involved with Columbus, or they're just terrified of what's going on, or they don't know. It's the scariest time for everybody involved. And it could very well all just be emotions running high, and then 2 weeks from now everything could be okay. But it's just as likely the house is burning down. So, but until we hear something a little bit more definitive from everybody, I feel like it's a little premature. they're definitely going to take a hit, at least in the short term, I think.
Yeah.
Because people are just terrified, and a lot of people are leaving. And you might get some of those people back, but I think they're definitely going to take a hit in the short term, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
like,
not,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I definitely want Planets 2 to come to the PS4 or Xbox One, which either one. And that's the main reason why I stopped playing it on PC, because I was like, I'd rather be sitting like on my nice yoga ball, holding controller in my hand and just just playing a nice MMO FPS. Like that's what I personally want. I don't like sitting at my desk playing a game like that. It's just not my personal preference. That's why I always play Call of Duty on consoles, because I just prefer that control scheme and sitting on a yoga ball more than on my computer chair. So I really want Planetside 2 to come to console. I don't think it's going to last.
Yeah. I think the one thing I will say with that, about the ports and stuff, is they've had a hard time with just it on one platform. I mean,
yeah.
It seems like almost every patch I see people on the subreddit complaining about new issues popping up, and they've done a very good job of trying to fix everything as soon as it comes up. But it was a lot to handle. It's an MMO, and it's an MMO FPS on top of that. It's very hard to do. As everybody, the Australian servers have always had lots of issues and whatnot, and they're trying to do, and a lot of that has to do with just how ambitious this game is. And to now have a smaller development team altogether and trying to go and put that on a completely different platform, and now potentially being told to put it on a third new platform with the smaller team, even if everything goes well and Daybreak gives them the support and whatnot, unless they start hiring a bunch of new developers, I don't know how they're going to be able to handle things. I feel like they had their hands full already, and now they've got even less hands and even more to hold on to.
Well, I mean, porting's easy, right? It's just files, save as, console version, right? That's all you gotta do.
Exactly.
All I know is like, best of luck and Godspeed to the survivors at Daybreak Games Company.
Yeah.
They're gonna need it.
And good luck to all the people who lost their jobs as well, for finding new jobs.
Yeah. I'm sure the people who lost their jobs are going to be perfectly fine. There are lots of talented people. They will find places to work.
And from what I've heard, nobody can talk specifics, but from what I've seen of a lot of people, including the director of global communications who got fired, they supposedly gave a very good severance package. And they're going out of their way to try and find jobs for these people at other stuff. So it's not as if they were completely dropped on their asses. You know?
Yeah.
So we'll see how things go. I hope, personally, I really don't want Sony to bite the bullet, just because, or formerly known as Sony, to bite the bullet, just because, they've had such a huge impact on the PC gaming community for literally decades. Yeah. And, they're pretty much the only big dogs left here in San Diego. So to lose them is going to be a big hit to the San Diego gaming development community, and it's going to be a big hit to the PC game development community.
EverQuest 2 was WoW before WoW was cool.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Very true.
They were still making expansion packs for EverQuest 1 and 2. That's incredible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think they were just a good company that didn't necessarily ever get the support that they needed. It might have been a little bit too ambitious for their own good. And hopefully that now they do have that support. I want to be that optimistic guy who thinks that things will be okay.
Yeah.
But, right now things are looking pretty hot. The world's on fire. So
yeah. I mean,
hopefully they can put it out.
Yeah, I mean, I just hope I hope things go well for them. I'm looking at it as it's gonna end, just so it feels better for me if it does happen. I'm preparing myself for the worst, I guess. But
yeah.
And then segue. Speaking of the world being hot, do you guys see the Just Cause 3 trailer? Fire
Hey!
started. The world's
transition,
hot.
That transition, though.
Christ.
That transition, though. Very good.
I was like,
Very good.
the world's on fire. Wait, Cody.
That was a
stop
weird
talking.
trailer. That was a very weird trailer.
It's a very weird.
Didn't really.
Trailer, yeah.
It's just like, you know,
It's more like
there's
a
a bunch of
teaser
fire.
than anything.
Yeah, I mean, it was a teaser, but still, it was
There's
a
a car.
strange trailer. There was a car, and it exploded. And Enrico made a face, and
Rico
he has a
was
wingsuit. Boom. Done.
I'll just have to give a shout out to Rico, because you don't see a lot of games where the protagonist is not a buff white dude.
True. Very
And
true.
Just Cause
He
had
looks like a
Rico the
You say
whole
buff,
time.
not white dude.
Exactly.
He actually looks like a middle-aged dude now too.
Yeah.
True.
Gone in age.
Hey, man. It's his third game. And he's gone through a lot of explosions. It ages the guy.
Yeah.
He's blown up a lot of cities.
I mean, how can you stay young as long as he has after you've grappled onto a jet, killed a man, jumped off of that jet, and grappled the ground before you hit the ground and been totally fine?
Yeah.
He's
Or
seen
attach
some
yourself
shit.
to a gasoline barrel, fired on said gasoline barrel, and then flown off into space, attached to the gasoline barrel.
Dude, Just Cause is such a fun series. It's the
story
amount of, like,
Is always like just
The
like
worst.
ridiculous and pointless and just terrible, but it doesn't matter, and they know
Yeah.
that. So I'm glad that like they're conscious of it. You know, my name is Bolo Santosi, the worst voice actor ever.
Hey,
The Reapers.
why can you grapple onto a car and then pull a parachute to start paragliding, and
Because
then
why not?
it's Just Cause.
Just cause.
Just cause.
Exactly. And the mods for that on PC were just glorious. You know, letting
Oh,
you
God.
connect like daisy chains to people. Oh God, it was
the
The
multiplayer
multiplayer
mod.
that multiplayer though. Yeah, yeah.
It was,
And
that was
especially considering like that
insane.
wasn't even like an official thing. Like that was pretty
Yeah.
cool. But the power of mods.
Seriously.
So,
I wish the people who do the mods, do they get money for that at all? If they don't, they should. They should get lots of money.
for mods in general, no. But I think they made. I want to say I remember
They made
reading
money
something
for the
like they made an
multiplayer.
agreement for that.
They did get money for the multiplayer mod.
Okay, yeah.
Did
I think
they?
they set up
Okay.
a Kickstarter or something for it.
Okay.
I want to say I read something like they made an agreement or something because it was on Steam, you know, and everything. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, because they deserve lots of money.
yeah, and I'm interested to see what they have for multiplayer in Just Cause 3 because I think I've read somewhere that they said there might be some. So
Yeah.
and for how popular that was, at least for a short time on PC, you know, it would be kind of dumb not to put one in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be.
Be an idiot and even higher generation graphics.
How long do you guys think before companies like Sony or Microsoft will get like wise to the modding community and like start saying, "Hey guys, you can mod our games on consoles too. Come on,
Sony
do
will
it. Just
first.
do it."
They'll never do it. I don't think they'll ever do it.
Sony
Either one of
will.
them. It's too
Microsoft
hard.
never will.
Well, Microsoft definitely won't.
Yeah.
Microsoft.
I think if you would look at a company who would maybe do it, it'd be Sony because they, like, one of the things that the PS4 has an advantage over the Xbox, not even doing like console war things,
Yeah.
but MMOs, Final Fantasy 14.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was a huge win for Sony because they were
Seriously.
like, here's Final Fantasy 14. You can play between PC and console.
Why don't more things do that?
Well, the clear answer is you can't do that in a shooter.
Yeah.
You know, specifically in shooters. I mean, I think.
Shooters, you can't do it now.
I mean, they've done. Supposedly, you always hear the stories that Microsoft did tests with that with the Shadowrun, and the PC people just slaughtered the console people, which makes sense in the case of a shooter. And I mean, honestly, how many online games do we have on consoles that aren't a shooter? You know,
That's true. That is true.
that isn't a exclusive to said console.
Yeah.
Well, I feel
Pretty much the only cross-platform stuff is things like, Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed and Battlefield and Call of Duty and things like that. Stuff that's generally, for the most part, a shooter or have
the giant AAAs. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of a tough sell.
Yeah, I guess
it worked for Final Fantasy because it's an MMO. It doesn't need anything. You're not really getting any massive.
I feel like it would have worked for Diablo 3 if Blizzard wised up.
Diablo. That was definitely a game I was kind of like, okay.
That would have made so much sense.
I want the freaking console version of Diablo. You guys got some cool stuff.
Yeah, no, the console version's freaking fantastic.
Yeah,
because of it.
Absolutely no sense that we can't play with PC players.
Yeah, or with PS3 players
developers,
for that matter, or last gen console players,
developers.
Honestly, because of the current gen, the PS4, Xbox One version of Diablo 3, I'm never gonna install Diablo 3 on my PC ever again. I'm just not gonna do that because I just prefer it more on console. It's so much more fun.
Another expansion, I'll probably get it for PC.
I'll admit, your guys' UI and stuff is freaking awesome. They do some great stuff there. It's rare that a port to consoles from PC happens.
Yeah.
Let alone that it's got some clear advantages. It's good.
Yeah, it's really, really great. It's
great.
I don't understand why fighting games don't let you go from PC to console.
That's true. Yeah.
For Ultra Street Fighter 4, why can't PC and PS3 or an Xbox 360 people play each other? Just why not? Why not?
I think when it comes down to it, it's just infrastructure. I mean, it's hard to do that. And how much of a game are you going to really get? A lot of developers feel like PC's not worth doing, period, let alone why would we take the time to put all this stuff in and let them play against each other, Yeah. Plus, I think it also comes into it is hacking. It's a lot easier to cheat in online games on the PC.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone who's tried to play Watch Dogs knows that very well. It's pretty much impossible on PC. There's no anti-cheats whatsoever.
It's like the difference between playing Dark Souls or whatever on PC versus console. Console, you'll be fighting people who are legitimately where they are in the game. PC, people have figured out how to hack to have 10 million souls and be fucking maxed out in their stats and have all the best armor and weapons and all that shit. And
I don't care if it's unrealistic, but I believe in the one platform future. It's a console PC that it can do everything.
To let us have a mouse and keyboard on consoles. And everything will be solved.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Never understood that. Never.
Yeah.
Probably just because of the same reason you can't have, cross-platform with PC is just that small handful of people that are going to use the mouse and keyboard are going to have too much of an advantage. Yeah. So they need to leave it gimped for everybody,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got?
I have no idea.
There's some other things came up. How about that Hitman trailer?
Pass.
That was the thing.
It was a thing that happened.
The guy has a very strange looking head when he's bald. I'm gonna say, if you want to see more about that, go check it out. Very strange trailer. Action Man, not Hitman. Action Man.
Action Man.
You like how it's just pass. Don't even talk about it.
Do you guys remember that show, Action Man?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I loved it because it was the main character's name was, I shit you not, Alex Mann. Alex Mann is Action Man.
See that right there? Yeah. That is the Action Man logo. That is an Action Man bag. When I was 10.
That show was so great.
Hooking up the legit moment. Look at my fancy bag.
It's a terrible bag, but I love it.
Some other big news this week. I just want to give a shout out real quick to Dragon Age Inquisition. They're doing a really cool patch where they're going to add the Black Emporium, which sounds like it's basically going to be the same as the Black Emporium from Dragon Age 2, which is basically like a kind of a hidden shop that you go to and you can buy all kinds of stuff. The main feature, of course, was letting you remake your face and your character whenever you want it to. Plastic surgery through magic. Woo woo!
Oh yeah.
Which is something you can't do in either game at the base. And people have really wanted it in Dragon Age Inquisition because you can very quickly realize your character does not look the way you thought it did in Character Creator in Dragon Age Inquisition. So people have been desperate for a chance to go in and change that.
Character Creator in Dragon Age Inquisition is terrible.
Yeah, it's... I don't understand why they didn't let you just have like more lighting and stuff inside. Every time I saw a developer interview with that, they threw out all these different kind of bullshit excuses for it. It's just like that's like a basic feature of a character creator at this point.
Yeah.
I don't. So, but hey, they're at least making steps to fix it, and they're doing it for free. I mean, this is like it was a DLC for Dragon Age 2, and it's something they're putting out for free in a patch for for the new Dragon Age. So that's to me that's a big move up for EA. I'll give them some brownie points for that because they totally with how much it's in demand, they totally could have been like, oh, here's a couple extra dollars, but no, they're giving it for free. They're moving on up, making some improvements. So gotta recognize them for that.
I always wondered how come like in games that have character creators, why can't you tweak your characters sometimes later? Like I'm sure it has something to do with coding, and it's like, oh, when you change the nose, then everything else has to change in the game, and you could break something. But I want that. I just want that to be a thing in most games where you can create your own character. Like,
it's one of those things. Like I feel like the same as you. It just feels like this is the year 2015. How is that not just a standard feature by now?
Like think about in Skyrim.
Nobody likes the way their character ends up as soon as they start playing. There's always something you notice.
Yeah.
It could be a small blemish or it could just be something huge. But there's always one detail you go, God damn it, I wish I had changed that. And especially in a game like Dragon Age, where you gotta play through like all that crap again every time.
Yeah.
You feel like it should be so simple to just let me change this later.
Yeah.
So.
Like I haven't played Dragon Age yet, but I'm gonna use Skyrim as an example. So in Skyrim, when I created my character, I was just like, oh, it's first person, you know what? Whatever, put this character together and play the game. What I didn't know was that you can get those special execution kills where you get to see your character killing the thing. So I did that, and I was like, my character looks like a dumbass. I don't want this. I don't want this. Please let me change them. That's like half the
fun of like Elder Scrolls is making just the dumbest, goofiest looking characters.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh man, some of the faces you could see in for Oblivion. God, those were works of art.
Oblivion
Picasso would be envious of.
Terrible.
Definitely.
Even worse was Morrowind.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I haven't played Morrowind.
I made some ugly characters in Morrowind.
Or my Fallout characters. They all look dumb.
All of my Fallout characters look pretty dumb, yeah.
I never understood what it is with Fallout. Like, just like the engine, the way they do Fallout stuff. Yeah. People always look god awful in that game. God awful.
If I could just play one of the robots, I'd be fine.
Hold up, really quick. Since we're talking about Fallout, since Bethesda's gained their own conference at E3 this year,
shout out to the rest of the podcast for these fantastic transitions today. Like, come on now. That was good. That was good.
That was good.
Thank you. You didn't have to point it out, but thank you.
I'm sorry, but you just that's worth of your praise, man.
Do you guys think Fallout 4 is finally going to get announced at this Bethesda conference?
Yep.
I feel like
cool. Just
people on Reddit are like, "Oh no, it's just gonna be Dishonored 2." I'm like, it's an hour and a half. They're gonna be throwing games out left and right. No. You get a game, and you get a sequel, and you get a sequel.
Dishonored.
It's gonna be Dishonored 2. It's gonna be Fallout 4. It's
Fallout Online.
I don't think another Elder Scrolls. I don't think another Elder Scrolls.
That might be a little early, yeah.
No, they're gonna announce they're gonna say Elder Scrolls Online is. Do we have a release date for that yet?
For next gen?
It's It's sometime in March for next gen. Oh, that's like June, I think. I thought you were gonna say
It's not gonna be something like it's available today, and then it's like, oh my god,
right now, halfway through confirmed.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
Jesus.
I think it'll be Dishonored 2, Fallout 4, and then I feel like Bethesda has another big game that they either
I
acquired.
think I've heard rumors of like a new IP, so.
I thought they acquired something in the last year that they were going to probably be working on that's pretty big. But
I mean, there's also gonna be Doom, right?
Yeah, there we go. Doom
yeah.
5.
Yeah. No, I thought I just went back to it's just Doom.
Is it
Like,
just
there's no
Doom now?
there's no number attached. I think it's just Doom. There's no number attached.
Doom, Electric Doom.
It'll probably be that because they've been working on that for forever.
You know what I really want? I want the Evil Within 2 because I want the continuation of that ball of insanity. I want that so badly.
Did it do very well? Because I don't feel like it really blew up.
No, it did not do well at all.
Not do well at all.
It's not a great game, but I love that game so much. It's so stupid. It's such a stupid
This world
game.
is
I
not
love
just because Alien Isolation does deserve a sequel.
it. Yeah.
And screw everybody who didn't buy it. Just saying.
I have it.
I know.
Here's the thing with Alien Isolation. I bought it, and then I started playing it, and then I saw the opening screen where it shows the ship next to the planet, and it said Alien Isolation, and I was like, nope, turn it off. I said, I can't do this right now. It's still sitting back there, like, just waiting.
To be honest, the alien is not the scariest thing in Alien Isolation.
It's the mannequin people, right?
They scare the living hell out of me.
Like,
I walk around a corner and you see their beady little glowing eyes, and they're just like, hello.
There's a Interstellar Marines, that game that's been kind of in development hell forever on PC. It has it was free this week on Steam, so I played it, and it's got at least one map where it's got like mannequin robot type things too, and the whole map is like pitch black, and they just come running out of nowhere towards you. They're basically zombies, but they make robot noises, and they just like you never know where they're gonna appear. It's friggin' terrifying. Like, that game nails atmosphere for a first-person shooter. I'll give them that. I'm actually really excited to see that game finally get finished, because seeing how well they nailed atmosphere, like that map, I was legitimately like yelling at my screen several times because you just ran a corner and all of a sudden Robot Man's up in your face. Yeah.
See, I don't know. Just like I don't know if I have it in me to play scary games anymore. Like I still love them. Like
Fridays. Fear Fridays.
Like I was playing Resident Evil Remastered.
Must kill Jordan.
Jeez. I was playing Resident Evil Remastered, which that's a game I've played so many times before. Like, I know what the zombie's gonna be right here, the zombie's gonna be over there. I was playing it, and I was running by a door, and the zombie just like destroyed a door like right next to me, and I got so freaked out.
If you
I think we're going to call it Play It or Be Slaughtered.
If you do ever do Fear Friday again, Jordan, I want you to play Fatal Frame 2.
Oh, I've heard so many bad things.
That game.
You should play Fatal Frame 2. It'll be your best friend.
Like I still have Outlast sitting on my PS4 and on my PC. Like, I've not touched it at all. I'm like,
I loved Outlast. Outlast was fun.
Granted, the last scary game I actually played was PT, and that was fantastic. Oh god, I hate PT, but I love it. I love it. I can't wait for the full game.
Those hallways.
Oh, that darn hallway.
But hey, going back to the whole thing about EA being money grabbers.
Yeah.
Battlefront is coming out later this year. And, you know, it's got Star Wars involved. And there's a certain Star Wars movie coming out. And there's a good possibility they're going to hold off on releasing certain things so they can make DLC off the new movie.
Of course. But, I mean, isn't it supposed to be like the Battlefront's supposed to go through all of the movies?
Yeah.
Like, thus far?
So,
all 6 movies?
Yeah,
supposedly it goes from pretty much original trilogy through to the beginning of The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
So,
which, I mean, that's a ton of stuff. So, I could understand if there's going to be DLC later for The Force Awakens, because they can't give that stuff away. Like,
yeah. No.
In a game that comes out before the movie, so.
I mean, and it's a dead like giveaway. You know, there's a new game coming out. There's a new massive movie coming out that just happens to be in the same universe as this game. Of course, there's going to be an aggressive DLC campaign related to that. Since everything is under the control of
Disney now, they will not allow a single
get that money going.
Oh yeah, they got that Disney money.
Yeah, right. So. Plus, I mean, it's going to be based. It sounds like it's going to be like roughly based off like that kind of Battlefield model and stuff. Because they've said it's going to have its own battle log and everything like that. Yeah. So I feel like when people are going, "Oh, it's got an aggressive DLC campaign," oh, I'm scared. Like, I think that's just their way of saying like it's going to be like premium. You know, like it'll clearly have a premium version.
It will not be as bad as Evolve.
Oh God! Can we talk about what the train wreck that is Evolve?
I think we already did like twice now, but we can hit it again.
The DLC fiasco for that game is just ridiculous.
Season pass, guys.
The Hunter season pass.
Hunting season /pass.
Oh my gosh! Have you guys played it? Like I haven't. I wanted to get it, but I just haven't yet because
I'm not gonna touch that.
No interest.
Yeah, like
I never was really one for the Left 4 Dead type games, so the idea of like the same thing just versus like a big ass guy.
Yeah. See, I would play it just to play a monster, but I don't feel like it's worth it for me to play it just to play a monster.
Yeah.
Like,
play for like 5 minutes and just be like, all right, cool, I played a monster, I'm done.
Like I was really excited for the game, but then like as it got closer and closer to its release, and then this whole DLC stuff started happening, I was like, I don't think I want to touch this because it will. A, the DLC thing put just a really sour taste in my mouth. B, I don't have a lot of friends that have Evolve and are playing it. I just like I have one friend that's doing that. But he's in a clan for Destiny, so he probably plays with them. And 3, I could only play the same thing so many times over and over again.
Yeah, exactly. That's really what it comes down to. Is like, it's cool, and you have the the randomness of playing with other players, but at its core, it's the same shit over and over again.
Yeah, like, granted, I still want Left 4 Dead to come to consoles so I can lay in bed and just play that like before I fall asleep. That'd be great. Like that'd be a nice thing to put myself to sleep.
That's Left 4 Dead, and it actually has a campaign.
Yeah.
It's got a story and development and stuff like that.
Although I did listen to an IGN podcast Unlocked. It's IGN's Xbox podcast. They're talking about Evolve, and apparently
hey, free advertisement. Hey.
Oh well. But apparently the Wraith monster is super overpowered.
Yeah.
Because it could do everything while invisible.
So I heard that very differently. Okay. Wait,
really? Oh, what'd you hear?
Cody's like, I don't want to say.
I honestly was like, I sat there for a second. I was like, are we talking about like a tentacle monster or something? I'm really confused.
Oh, the Kraken. That's the Kraken.
Okay.
We're all into that Japanese tentacle stuff.
Honestly, I was confused for a second. I was like, did he just say that? Yeah, Killer be slaughtered.
Oh yeah.
Level 16.
Definitely. But I mean,
the hell are you doing, Shane?
I'm just like Japanese tentacle stuff.
Yeah. Oh jeez. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like it's getting to the point where a game that doesn't have controversy around it is like just rare.
You want to hear a game that's got controversy around it?
What?
That one, the Damned one. That it was like, oh god, you guys not heard about this? It's the one where it's literally you just play like a guy who's just slaughtering civilians.
Yes.
Shit.
Hatred.
Ah!
That's what it's called. Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
That damn game.
I don't want to play that at all.
Doesn't deserve to exist.
To
be quite honest.
God. That's like definitely like a try hard, like, hey, look at our controversy, yeah. Which sucks because like the base, like the gameplay actually doesn't look that bad. Like if you were fighting actual like aliens or something like that, not civilians, it would I think be like actually a really good game.
Yeah.
It's got fantastic looking physics and stuff like that, but the story is just so try hard and so just like obvious clickbait, like controversy bait. But it's working for them because, like, you know, it's such a small game from a small company. Nobody would have paid attention to it until all this, you know, hoopla over it. So,
hoopla.
Yeah, shopping them thesaurus.
But I don't know. Just.
That's pretty much the name of the game, though. Like you said, though, it's just like everything's got to have some controversial thing about, ooh.
Yeah.
You know, look at this leak about the game. That leak, woo. It's like the 13th link that's come out this month. Leak, woo.
Yeah, like, I don't
controversy.
Know. It's rare to not have controversy about stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of Rare, did you guys hear that the company formerly known as Rare is working on a new Banjo-Kazooie spiritual successor?
I'm going to give another shout out to the transitions today, because right there.
And there's my dog barking.
We have perfected the art of transitions, and it's only taken us 3 podcasts. As Cody zooms in.
All right. So yeah, Rare. Banjo-Kazooie. Let's do this.
Yes. So Banjo-Kazooie. Well, the spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie is apparently in the works. Is this a good thing? How do you guys feel about that? Personally, I've never played Banjo-Kazooie at all.
I have not either. I've watched people like online.
Never played it either. So...
I mean, I hear it's a very beloved game. I think this was something
like Sergio was really excited about, and he couldn't make it tonight.
Oh, Sergio.
I think right now he'd just be like, "Oh my god, guys!"
He's probably listening like, "You guys have never played it? What?"
Yeah.
I'm like,
I crashed his car. Like, how dare you?
I was too busy playing, you know, that other game that I really want to be brought back by Naughty Dog.
Star Fox.
It starts with Crash.
Crash Bandicoot.
Yes.
Crash Bandicoot. That game was legit.
Crash Bandicoot will never come back to life. I'm sorry. It's never going to happen.
I just need next gen Crash, like go-kart racing again.
No, because
I don't
here's
want
the problem.
more Nathan Drake. I don't want more Last of Us. I just want Crash Bandicoot.
I just want to see like what they would make him look like in like actual 3D graphics, you know?
Dude, he'd probably be really toned.
Buff.
Like buff as hell. But here's the thing about Crash Bandicoot. Naughty Dog does not own the rights to Crash Bandicoot. I believe it's Activision that holds the rights to Crash Bandicoot now. Yeah. That's why Naughty Dog hasn't done it. Like that's why he wasn't in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. And that was like a no-brainer. Like why isn't Crash Bandicoot in this game? Him and Spyro, but
how did Activision end up with the rights to a Sony exclusive character?
It was something. It was something. It happened around the karting days. You know, because there's the Crash Team Racing or whatever. And then after that was Crash of the Titans, and I believe that was an Activision game. Actually, let me look that up right now.
Didn't I hear something? No. Didn't I hear something like there was a new, God, what is it called? I can't remember the name. Oh my god. My brain's shutting off. It's too late.
Oh no. I mean, there is a new Star Fox game, and I'm totally excited about that.
Ooh, there is? Nice.
Well,
nice.
Okay.
Ratchet and Clank, that's what I was thinking.
Let me be clearer. There are heavy rumors of a new Star Fox game. Miyamoto has shown a blurred out screen with something that resembles Star Fox playing on it, hinting at a new Star Fox game. So most likely there is a new Star Fox game out there in the world.
Didn't he tease it like in that the Legend of Zelda video they did too?
Yeah. He's been teasing it pretty heavily in a bunch of stuff, so...
Oh, yeah.
I think that would sell like hotcakes on DS.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd play it.
Yeah.
Or Wii.
Yeah, there we go. Crash Bandicoot Nitro Kart 2, published by Activision. This was in 2010, actually.
Activision.
Activision.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Us the Crash.
I don't think we had any other news. New news to go over? Really?
I think that pretty much covers it. Yeah.
Knocked it all out?
Bam! We got.
Bam!
Close up.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah, that was kind of cool. Kind of cool little game they announced. It's it sounds like basically it's kind of like the Left 4 Dead stuff we were talking about, you know, like with Evolve and stuff. But instead of you playing a monster, you get to pretty much be a GM, like you would, or a DM. Sorry, like you would in Pen and Paper. Dungeons and Dragons, you know, you get to throw down mobs and stuff and mess with the players.
So it's like Dungeon Land.
Because it's basically Neverwinter Nights.
But pretty much, I mean...
That works.
Just wanted to say to everybody watching / listening, Neverwinter Nights was pretty much my favorite game in the early 2000s. I played that for pretty much like 3 years straight and was a dungeon master on it and everything. So... yeah, seeing news about this new game where you can be a dungeon master, you can potentially create your own scenarios and stuff. I'm like,
looks pretty neat.
I've always wanted to play Neverwinter. I always wanted to play Neverwinter Nights. This was like middle school or something. Like I always wanted to play it, but I never got a chance to because I was playing Diablo 2 at the time. I was like, oh, this is fun. I saw Neverwinter Nights. I was like, oh, what's this about? Kind of looks like Diablo. I want to try it out, but I never got a chance to because I was a kid who didn't have money to buy his own games. So
yeah, the only reason I played it was because my dad got it for me, to be honest.
Yeah,
but I mean, it would have been disappointing for you because it was definitely not like Diablo 2 when it came to how it played.
Yeah.
This looks, this one does look like it's going to be a lot more like Diablo 3-esque, you know, the camera angles and artwork and stuff. Looks very reminiscent of it.
Is it going to be turn-based combat, though?
I don't see anything in this article about turn-based.
Dice roll-based combat.
Shit. It says in real time, so...
yeah, okay.
Yeah, it says the DM can... Dungeon Master mode is going to allow players to quickly jump in and play as a real-time DM in a way that has never fully been realized in a video game. You can adjust encounters, place and promote, manage, and even control monsters, set traps, rewards, and punish party members, all in real time. So, I think Jordan just disappeared.
No, he's still there. He's just taking care of his dog.
My dog.
Dude.
My dog was barking again.
Dog, please.
Hero.
Hi, Hero.
What are you doing?
I could be your hero, baby.
I can kiss away the pain. Oh, yeah. Anyway.
That just happened.
Yeah.
That was a nice duet. We should do it again sometime.
All day.
Probably it's a song that involves butterflies in the sky.
I can go twice as high. But if you go too high, you know you might fall. Titanfall 2 might be a multi-platform.
Damn it! Damn it!
Like, I'm not even mad. That was freaking amazing. that was just drop the mic moment, just walk away.
You made me slam my desk and mess up the stream, no less. There's probably a very jolting moment in the stream.
Oh my god! So Titanfall 2, it's a confirmed.
We don't write
it's
this
going
stuff out, folks. Like, it just happens.
It
It's
just
live.
happens.
that's off the top of my head, guys.
Nothing is pre-scripted. It is all on the seat of our pants.
So
I don't know.
is it confirmed that Titanfall 2 is coming multi-platform, or is it just speculation?
I
Because
think it's
why not?
confirmed.
Heavy rumor.
I want to say confirmed just because the developers have always, even since Titanfall 1 was in development and was about to be released, they were always saying they didn't want the future installments to
So
be
yeah,
stuck.
because if I remember correctly, there was some kind of like some bullshit that happened where like they didn't realize that the agreement that they were signing said it was only going to be on that platform.
Yeah.
So then when they like found out, they were really mad. So they, every like you said, every interview I've read since, like they were pretty much like, that ain't happening again. You guys, like we're fixing this. So
Yeah. I mean, I always
and they
thought
needed it to happen because
Yes.
the first game didn't really blow up. So hey, more players is good.
I always thought it was a huge mistake that Titanfall wasn't going to be multi-platform when it first debuted. Like, sure, it was a great Xbox One exclusive, but I feel like after about maybe the third week, you didn't hear anything about Titanfall at all.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
no.
Just
That game died out from coverage very quickly.
yeah.
And it had didn't it have DLC? Because I don't even know. I didn't hear anything about it.
Apparently they patched in a bunch of modes that weren't there at launch, which is part of the reason why it just fell out of the news so quickly, because it was just like the campaign was still a multiplayer mode where there's a bunch of cutscenes, and then if you win or lose, there's a cutscene that happens. Like if you lose one battle, there's a cutscene like, oh yeah, this happened, and but if you win, it's like, oh yeah, this happened, and that's basically what the campaign is like for Titanfall. It's just the multiplayer again, but there's cutscenes. That's basically what it is.
And it was like a cool idea, but the fact that they didn't give you any kind of like single player just against retarded robots, just so you could at least experience the story coherently in a timeline.
Yeah,
that's kind of a dumb move.
Yeah, I mean, I could imagine like a super cool Call of Duty-esque like set piece moment where like a giant robot just like stands in front of you and it's about to shoot you, then your Titan just like drops down on top of it, and then like you can hop up and start finding stuff around. And guys, you're getting an exclusive first look at our
Work
something.
in progress, thing.
Podcast listeners, sorry.
Trying to come up with something a little bit better than just gold and white letters.
Yep.
Yeah, we're trying to come up with a new logo and banner and all that stuff right now. So
give you guys some fancy looking stuff.
Yeah, so you guys have something better to look at than our faces all the time.
It's gonna. I haven't really been making any funny faces. I'll have to
work on that.
There we go. That'll be it right there.
There we go. That works.
Write down the time. What was that?
That's
like
11:09.
Okay.
So an hour and 8 minutes into the podcast.
There you go.
You know what? I'm gonna go for the controversy. I'm gonna use the mask.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna do the mask. So.
All right, so I guess that's all the news that we got for now. So let's move on to what are you guys playing and what are you looking forward to? Let's start with you, Shane.
I am playing Persona 4 still.
Of course.
Because it takes forever to play and is absorbing a lot of my time after work.
Yeah.
Fun. Makes me excited for Persona 5, which a lot more information came out about on Friday, but I will not go into that because the internet exists. Go search out.
The hell is Google, man?
And then, of course, a little bit earlier, I was playing Dark Souls 2 on stream.
Oh, yes.
For everybody to watch. And hopefully I'll be able to do that next weekend again before the next podcast. I
kind of feel like I should start doing some like Saturday morning streams because that'd be fun.
When I actually have something to play, I will stream.
Yeah.
So.
Just in
March.
general, I want to say everybody should keep an eye on our Twitch channel. If you follow it, you'll be able to see whenever we go live. So,
True.
yeah, self-promotion there.
Do it.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yep. Like the Facebook
Isn't that like the
page.
best sentence ever?
Follow the Twitter page.
Do all the social media stuff.
Subscribe to the Who's He What's It.
Find us on Tinder and swipe right. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget to give us money on Patreon.
Subscribe to us on Patreon.
Pin us on Pinterest.
Because your support helps this keep going.
This train wreck, yeah.
Train wreck.
Oh yeah. Slow
It's a good
motion
train wreck. It's your train wreck, guys.
Go to SoundCloud
with perfect transitions.
Go to SoundCloud, get the audio. Go to Bandcamp and donate $1 for the episode. I don't know.
No, really, donate like $6 to me for SoundCloud because I can't get more than one podcast at a time. I'm just putting it out there. You can listen to one podcast and one podcast only.
There you go. There you go. So yeah,
one at a time.
Persona.
Anyway,
reel that back in again. You were playing Persona.
Persona,
okay.
Dark Souls. And
I'm just glad like we got this far into the podcast before we did our transitory transition.
Yeah. Persona, Dark Souls, looking forward to Bloodborne coming out next month.
Oh yeah.
The end for me. Cody.
All right. I haven't really played like anything. There's not really anything out. I did play a little bit of Interstellar Marines because it was free. So hey, why not? It seemed cool. Like I am interested to see where that game goes. You know, it's one of those games that has a very small team, and they're putting a lot of heart into it. It's been in development forever, and you know, like I said, that one map I played, like it's got some of the best atmosphere in the game. Like shooter, especially a multiplayer shooter, you know, that I've ever seen. You know, I was legit scared several times when those frickin' robots came at you, especially later when the robots then get guns and shoot at you. That's it's even better. Yeah, because it's definitely early. Like I think they still call it pre-alpha.
Yeah.
So it's definitely like really early, but it's got a lot of promise. You know, they've nailed. You know, it looks great. They've nailed the atmosphere. They nailed the sound, but they just got to nail actually creating content for it because they've got a small team and not a whole lot of money, but they're doing pretty good for what they got so far. So. You know, I'm playing it and I'm looking forward to that. Whoa, 2 for 1. And then I'm also gonna be looking forward to playing Dungeons and Dragons again. Woohoo!
Oh dang!
Got a new group. I'm gonna hopefully be joining here soon and doing that again. It's been a long time. Whoa.
Here's the GNG. The Stephen Lynch song.
Yeah. So that'll be cool. Check that out. My friend's he's never been a dungeon master before, and they decided like, hey, it's your second time ever playing D&D, but it's our first time. You get to be the DM, and so far it sounds like he's actually been doing a pretty good job. So I haven't played yet with him, but hopefully this week. Yeah, it's good stuff. I had to go. My dice disappeared into like some random like pocket dimension somewhere. No idea where they went. So I had to buy some new ones.
I can give
be a
you
nerd.
Tips. I still got all my guides.
Yeah. It's 5th edition though. 5th edition is weird. It definitely was like, okay, this is very different from Pathfinder. Alright. Gotta relearn all this stuff, so but it's cool. It's got some cool neat stuff, so check that out. Hopefully that goes well. How about you, Jordy?
Actually, wait, no.
So yeah,
he's somewhere
I think I'm
around here.
I think I'm on the left side on the stream or something. So I have been playing so much Smash Bros. Because I love that game. Like
Smash.
I was playing Smash Bros. I started playing at like 5:00 today, and then when I looked at the clock, it was like 9. I was like, oh, I gotta get ready for the podcast. I totally forgot to eat. Like I didn't do anything else.
That's when you know you got a good game. Like honestly,
yeah.
You know? When you just forget about everything else in the universe. Like, that was Max Payne 3 in me when that game came out. Like, I was like, same thing you said. I was just playing, and next thing I knew, I beat the game, and I looked, and it was like, there was daylight outside and stuff. It's like, okay, that happened.
Yeah.
So, that's when you know that was a good game. That was worth your money. So.
Yeah, so I've been playing a lot of Smash Bros. I was recording it all so I can cut them into videos later with and I'm gonna do some commentary over them, to explain like my my thought process during the fights. I've been playing a lot of Resident Evil Remastered, or Remaster HD, because it's fun. I love that game so much.
Does it seriously have like that many titles after it?
Yeah, it's okay. So it's Resident Evil Remake, and then they remastered it. So it's Resident Evil Remake Remaster HD.
Very nice.
To make it shorter, it's just, the shorter version is Resident Evil Remastered. It's just, that's what it is. Because it's funny, because there's the original Resident Evil for PlayStation, then they remade it on the GameCube, and then they remastered it for all the stuff now. So why not? It's a remake of a remake. Of a remake. I'm also playing Grim Fandango because, screw the tango, do the fandango. It's a DJ Quick song. Anyway,
we're not endorsed by.
who are not endorsed, who are not sponsored by.
We're name dropping like it's hot here today.
Put IGN in there to take away all of our viewers. Put in some other stuff.
For our tens of viewers. Anyway, what else have I been playing? No, it's mostly those three games and Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Classic title. Another formative game in my life as a gamer. So it's not as much as usual, but I'm looking forward to The Order 1886. Is it 86?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The Order. I'm looking forward to that. Finally, a PS4 exclusive. It feels like it's been a year.
I can't say I'm particularly excited about it, only because I saw somebody was able to beat it in 5 hours.
That's fine.
If it's a good 5 hours.
Yeah, no. If it's a good 5 hours, I'm cool with that. Like, I mean, especially because like nowadays I don't have a lot of time to just sit and play games for hours now, unless it's like a weekend, like I did today. So I'm looking forward to that. Like, if it's 5 hours, sure, why not? I hope there's replayability in there. I hope there's, I don't know, maybe stuff to collect. I'm not that into challenge modes really, or like trial modes and stuff like that. Just not my cup of tea. I'm also looking forward to, here it goes again, Resident Evil Revelations 2, because again, I love Resident Evil, so why wouldn't I play Revelations 2? It's episodic, and the first episode comes out next week, I think Tuesday, and then every week after that, another episode comes out until it finishes in, I think, early March. I think it's like about 5 episodes or something like that. So that's cool. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. So it should be maybe about 2-3 hours per episode, I'm guessing. So that should be nice. I'm looking forward to those games. That's my life. So you guys out there, podcast listeners, viewers, let us know what you're looking forward to. Let us know what you're playing. We want to know these things. We want you guys to send us emails. Go send us emails at pixelclickspodcast@gmail.com. We will read them. Maybe we'll read them on the air. Who knows? Find us on YouTube, Pixelclicks Podcast, youtube.com/pixelclickspodcast.
YouTube could get called out on our podcast.
Oh yeah, we'll call you out like Sergio Lopez. You at work right now at San Diego's Finest Improv. It's a great place. Really nice.
He is at work right now, working with what looks like a very professional dominatrix. So, if you guys are into that kind of thing, you should check out Sergio's Improv.
Oh yes, he's a very, very funny man. Funniest man on the podcast, even when he's not here.
He's here in spirit.
Always. Right here.
It's in my heart.
We love him. But as my shirt says, Bowser never loved me.
Yeah.
Which I'm very sad about.
I just wanted to do a quick shout out that
Bowser never loved me. Go on.
Amiibos.
I have too many amiibos, guys. I was so happy because my Mega Man finally came in.
Nice. I wanted to do a shout out.
And my Toon Link.
To
okay, go on.
everybody to say you should watch The Flash this week. TV show. We're not endorsed by The Flash, but I'm just saying time travel may occur.
And there might be a giant, angry,
gorilla.
intelligent gorilla.
Yeah. You know.
Oh yeah.
Normal stuff for a TV show.
But hey,
normal things. Yep.
I also want to give a shout out to the 34 people who've liked us on Facebook. For those of you listening or watching right now, if you haven't done that, please like us on Facebook. We really, really appreciate that. Plus, we want to know what you guys want to see us do. Yeah. We have posts going up all hours of the day, just to keep you guys engaged with what we're doing.
And I think,
what are the social?
Like last time,
yeah.
If we reach that glorious 100 likes number, something special will come your way.
Yes, we will do special things at every milestone. Now, at 100, we're going to do something special. We're not going to say what it is yet, because we might not know what that is.
Don't even know what that is yet, but it will be special.
Yeah, and we'll make it special just for every single one of you out there. So, if you have a friend that likes video games, tell a nerdy or a geeky friend about this podcast. Let them know that we are just a bunch of dudes talking about video games because we love video games. Yeah. Find us on Twitch, twitch.tv/PixelClicksPodcast. It's all branding, baby, all under that one name. We're going to have a Twitter eventually, so we can tweet at you, and you can tweet at us. We'll DM you and all that stuff. Hashtag follow for follow.
Hashtag why I'm single is because I'm on this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Hashtag Valentine's Day. I don't know.
Hashtag Valentine's Day if you're in the past and it was yesterday.
That's true. Anyway, so yes. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, gonna be Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Tinder, all the social media stuff. We're gonna do something. Pixel Clicks Podcast. Come and find us, follow us, subscribe to us, all of those great things. So until next time, I'm Jordan.
I'm Shane.
I'm Cody.
And Sergio's with us in spirit. This is the Pixel Clicks Podcast. Remember, embrace your dreams with PCP.
Okay.
Everything's better with PCP. We'll end with that.
Oh yeah. Bye everybody.
Bye guys.